As we cross the halfway point of May, yes, folks, it is already May 15th. Crazy that the year is almost halfway over. I just want you to know and understand that I expect the economic data in June to be rather gloomy. I do think there's going to be a lot of metrics that come from soft data into hard data, and we are going to see the impacts of Liberation Day. I believe the data that will be coming out in May will not represent what happened post UK agreement, post 90-day pause with China. Again, I am seeing really some differences in the economy in the last 7 to 10 days. In fact, folks, if you go back and review the comments from yesterday in the daily financial news, you will see a lot of the country really saw a noticeable uptick in demand in the real estate industry. We were essentially dormant for a month, and then we saw the uncertainty veil rise at least a little bit. And I think, as I've said for quite a while, I think we have passed peak uncertainty. That said, the data that is going to come out in June will not show that. That is just the problem with hard data being 30 days old. I expect the soft data to actually show some signs of encouragement. So again, I think it's important for all of us to realize that going into next month is where we are going to see the shock and awe of just how destructive Liberation Day was, how the reciprocal tariffs were, I don't know, misguided, miscalculation, pulled out of their ass. I don't know. But we are clearly in a different place today. But I do not expect the data in June to show that. Something else I want to do is I want to give out our sponsor a shout out. Steadily Insurance, landlord insurance, once again came through for me. I sent them a fourplex that we own that is coming up for renewal in a month. And they did several things for me. First, apples to apples, they were cheaper and provided better coverage, several $100s cheaper. However, because Steadily is landlord insurance, they actually offer more deductible options. So as someone who is comfortable having a larger deductible, I was able to raise my deductible significantly and now save $1,000. Yes, folks, I just saved $1,000 with Steadily Insurance. Again, folks, they can't help everybody. They don't cover everything. But frankly, you would be a fool not to go to Steadily Insurance and just see if it's better insurance, can save your money. And if you are in a position to have higher deductibles, they will allow that. My previous insurance on this fourplex did not allow for higher deductibles. So again, Steadily Insurance came through for me. Maybe they can come through for you. You'll see a link in the description below if you want to get started. If you are brand new to this and you don't own anything yet, that's okay. I would still use Steadily to get a quote on insurance to make sure I am factoring in my buy box correctly. Read some articles out of the Real Deal that are interesting. Did you know that single-family rental home construction is booming in some states? I went ahead and grabbed the top 5. We're going to just use round numbers instead of getting down to the actual number. In Georgia, 10,000 rental homes are being built for rent. North Carolina, 12,000. Florida, 14,000. Arizona, 14,000. And the winner chicken dinner is Texas at 22,000 units. You know, these homes are being built not kind of infill lots. These are just entire communities of single-family homes with the intentions of being rentals. Think of it as just a spread-out apartment building, which is pretty interesting. Dug into the purchase applications from yesterday. And again, folks, remember they were up 1.1% after last week being up 11%. And I'm starting to think why. Why are purchase applications up? Because interest rates are basically flat. Interest rates have basically been flat for 2 years, all right, give or take 25 basis points. And actually, I think that's one of the reasons. right? People are tired of waiting. Number two, we clearly have more inventory. Depending on who you watch, somewhere between 30 and 40% more inventory. That is not a bad thing. Second, buyer's market, something I've been screaming for quite a while. It's not everywhere, but clearly, if you look at the map, it is growing. A buyer's market means you have more negotiations and, frankly, less competition. We are seeing a rebound in the stock market. We had wealth destruction for a month or a month and a half. Now we have wealth creation. Again, the wealth effect is undefeated. When people are feeling wealthy, they sign up to buy homes, and when that gets cut in half, they simply don't do it. They are fearful. And then lastly, as I've said, I think now for 2 weeks, I think the level of uncertainty is getting better with every passing day. Again, I want to be clear. We are still in a dark, dark place. Uncertainty is still a real problem, but it is not as big a problem as it was 2 weeks ago. So again, every little day gets better. We did get an earnings yesterday that I thought was interesting. Cisco Systems beat top line, beat bottom line, and raised guidance. Again, I always look at Cisco Systems for what is going on rest of world, right? What is the technology investment rest of world? So again, they came through. Walmart also had earnings. Walmart missed on revenue. They did beat on earnings. Unfortunately, the Walmart CFO said, get ready for price increases. The CFO said tariff price hikes will be starting later this month. So again, Walmart, as most of us would know, imports a lot of their stuff from China. So again, expect that to be coming. Deflation is real. We are seeing some deflation in the services sector, airfare, hotels, sporting events. Sporting events was down 12%. Crazy. The question I have with deflation, and this is something you should ask yourself, is this demand destruction? Is this consumer stress? Is it both? Is it one over the other? What is really going on? Because again, I think what will happen later, probably July, August, September, is we are going to see some more demand destruction. And demand destruction leads to deflation, not disinflation. Pretty interesting. Stephen Cohen is out saying stocks could retest April lows. April lows could be retested, according to Stephen Cohen. He sees a 45% chance of a recession. We did have another accountability group led by Frank, the longest running accountability group. They talked about Millennial Mike versus anti-landlords. Apparently there was an 8-on-1 debate that Millennial Mike crushed. Talked about short-term rentals, pros and cons. Talked about analyzing off-market deals. Let's not forget to thank 2 people that joined school yesterday, Stephen and Jonathan. Thank you for joining. Folks, I want you to know that this Sunday we have a special guest coming to school. We have the one and only Adrian Hernandez. Adrian Hernandez is one of our weekly millionaires. Hopefully you like his content, the Orange County investor. And he's going to come on and talk about mindset. I think there's a lot of folks out there that are just inside here, and they're afraid, they're scared, they're nervous. So when I am in a bad spot, the guy I call is Adrian Hernandez, and he has agreed to come on school 8 a.m. So I will post a link in the calendar, 8 a.m. Pacific on Sunday. We will go for an hour. And again, remember, this is just one of the bonuses you get by joining school is you'll get a chance to talk to me most Sundays, and I love bringing on other guests for you. We got to be watching the 10-year note. The 10-year note is over 4.5. I notice it's down a little bit today, but I still believe over 4.5. Here's the problem. Is the 10-year note telling us something? Is the 10-year note telling us that the recession is over? It never happened. We're going to go to new highs? Maybe. Is the 10-year note telling us that the United States reputation is the best place to invest is cracking? Maybe. These are important things. And again, remember, the Trump administration has been very clear. One of the things they want to see is a lower 10-year note because they have been handed a basket of poop that they have to refi something like $9 trillion in the next 6 months. Also, higher rates are obviously impacting the real estate market. Folks, I don't know if you follow me on X or Twitter, or maybe you follow me on Instagram, but I posted a picture out of the Hume Body Systems that shows my body fat has gone from 34.8% to 15.1%. Yes, I am serious about trying to get sub 10%. That is the hard thing. And just wanted to let you all know where we are at currently. We're currently at just over 15% body fat. And again, we started at almost 35%. So it has been a fun 4.5 months or so. We did get some economic data that was interesting. Unemployment claims still holding in the 220s. It came in at 229,000. Continuous claims came in a little better than expected, 1.88 million, expected 1.89. Retail sales was expected to be flat or zero, came in at 0.1. Core retail sales, think X transportation, was 0.1, expected 0.3, so a little bit weaker than expected. We did get our second of 3 inflation readings. PPI headline came in at 2.4, was expected to be 2.5. However, what is most interesting to me is month on month, folks, buckle up, negative 0.5%. Folks, that is deflation, not disinflation, deflation. Core came in at 3.1 as expected, 3.1. It too was deflationary, coming in at negative 0.4. Last thing to talk about is we are now seeing some people make some moves as the uncertainty unwinds. This is just one of those signs that I think the uncertainty window is rising. Dick's Sporting Goods has agreed to buy Foot Locker for $2.4 billion. $2.4 billion. Again, folks, people don't make billion-dollar commitments when they're uncertain. They make these kind of commitments when they are certain. So, folks, hope you enjoyed that. Again, folks, please join school. We are almost to 400 people. We've got 6 accountability groups, thousands of dollars in free education. But the best thing about school is the almost 400 members. Come find your tribe. Come find your people. Get around them, interact with them in the forums. And of course, I will do my best to answer any and all questions on Sundays. And of course, bring you special guests like Adrian Hernandez. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Later.